New Game, at its core, is a show about improvement in development. In the first season, the show focuses more on establishing game studio Eagle Jump through the lens of the main character Alba, and helping the viewer gain understanding of the character dynamics. Alba faces challenges, but due to her freshness and lack of 3D experience, they're more like growing pains rather than substantial issues. New Game builds on top of the foundation Season 1 laid, and this is when things start holding weight. Alba earns a chance to be the character designer for a new IP, as well as collaborating with Ko, who has been elevated to art director. This is monumental for our protagonist, but it puts Alba in a more challenging position in the company and project. From this role and subsequent responsibilities, Alba goes through many struggles. Through these struggles and experiences, New Game becomes a learning tool for all kinds of creators. A big part of Alba's development as an artist and a person centers around her relationship with Ko Yagami. Alba looks up to Ko and inherently compares herself and her work to Ko. This leads to moments of discouragement for Alba, like when she sees Ko's work for the design proposal competition prior to beating out Ko's proposal in the end. With that said, Alba ends up being the center of somebody else's rivalry at the latter half of the show. Momiji is jealous of Alba, both due to her closeness with Ko and her position as a character designer despite the two being the same age. These relationships put a lot in perspective. It's easy to look upwards and outwards and focus on the people that you perceive as being better than you or as competition and feel disheartened, just like Alba did. However, as Momiji shows, there are people just like you that mirror your exact feelings. In the end of the day, you have to be willing to sit down and focus on making the work that you do the best it can be. When it comes to the things that you create, the most important person involved is you, not the people around you. Alba cries after seeing Ko's piece for the key visual competition, but still powers through and finishes her own, even though she knows her loss is a foregone conclusion. She keeps up the hunger and drive despite what happens and strives to improve herself. Having a mindset like this is crucial in the emotionally turbulent world of creativity, and it's a good reminder for us when we face multiple gripes and envious emotions. Meanwhile, Hajime's own development of creating a game proposal demonstrates another creative struggle, swallowing one's pride and asking for help and feedback. Hajime struggles to think of a design for a monster in her game. She knows that her friend and coworker Yoon is very knowledgeable about monster designs due to her work focusing in that sector. Despite this, she's too nervous and can't approach her. Instead, she tries to pull water from a dry well and flounders. This is something that myself and many others that I know have gone through. It's hard to ask for help for many different reasons. However, that help could potentially solve problems and elevate the efforts already put in. Help isn't something to fear, and this is a lesson Hajime learns. Through talking with Yoon and Alba, Hajime finds a design she likes and gains some artistic insight that she can take with her in the future. Getting that help only reaped benefits for her, as getting help did for me and people that I know. For another example of this, we can look at Narumi's blunder in the programming department. Due to her pride and misconstructions about Nene, she misconstrues the help that Nene tried to offer her to better her code. She then proceeds to rush out her minigames just to be seen as a fast worker. This work, however, proves to be substandard due to a lack of testing and debugging, an important part of the coding process. This leads to the minigames needing corrections. She has to get help from Nene, and only with their combined efforts, skill set, and teamwork does the work get finished. It only goes to show that in this creative, product-based world, no man is an island. Even if you draw or paint alone, or create videos for yourself, it's great to have people around you. Whether for content assistance or moral support, working with others can only elevate the things you do alone. Narumi's prideful struggle with teamwork was her issue all season, and once she got past that, she was able to grow, as proven by her contract renewal. It says a lot about egos in general. It's really easy to build one up when you integrate into a community, grow, and develop your craft. Having an ego and pride in your work is not a bad thing, far from it, but it's important to keep it in check. In this case, Narumi kept looking down on Nene and dismissed her talent in favor of nepotism. Her inflated opinion on herself and her subsequent actions only served to hurt her and her team. It's about having some pride in the work you've done, but still taking perspective, not being super dismissive of others, and having a base level of respect. New Game is an amazing show in and of itself, but it works just as well as a creative demonstration. Whether by Hajime's design breakthrough, the coding scenario, or the competitions among other events, New Game made a point to show the fruits of teamwork, the importance of a healthy attitude, and the management of the ego, and that's something that every last one of us as creators can take away. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you want more videos like this, check out my video on Bigatsu no Lion's characterization. If you want to know what other shows from 2017 you should see besides New Game, check out my recommendation video as well. See you guys again soon. Peace.